She need a black man standing. She need a black man standing.
Streets knew me since I was a little nappy head nigga. Way before I started smoking or ever made a figure. Way before I started to rap, I was rocking my cousin's sneakers and starting from scraps. I just wanted a little brother, plus hand me some change. So at night, I prayed for miracles, and just never came. Pair of skippies on my feet, London fog for the winter droop. Couldn't get the Timbs, dog, couldn't get the triple hoop. Couldn't get a chain, stepfather stole my ring and sold it. Just so he could smoke some cook cocaine. Enough was enough for being legit. Me and Nat started doing all types of shit. Breaking open soda machines and passing them out. Older niggas know my name, I'm happening now. Mama moved me out the city of BK, back to being all by my lonesome. We headed to VA.
The streets knew me, never had it Goldie. Ride by my only, these niggas don't know me, but the streets knew me. Soldier to a general, cradle to the grave, outstanding individual.
Way before I became J Dread, before I ever lit a blunt and planned a blaze of the head. Way before I sold me some crack, before I ever copped a bottle and pour me some yak. Life changed, new step, pop, and a new state. Never frontin' like I'm hard, kept the dude safe. Never folding like I'm soft, niggas steady knowing. Early signs of being great, I'm already showing. Got a job, same time, started stealing clothes. Knew it wasn't right, but it kept the boy feeling dope. Got high with that first time, 11th grade. Couldn't imagine I'd be blazing like I do today. Graduated to community college, but instead of pursuing the knowledge, I'm moving to Scammer. Got arrested, lost the weed, plus stuck in the jail. Hope the judge let me out, cause mama ain't got bail. Hell.
The streets knew me, never had it Goldie. Ride by my only, these niggas don't know me, but the streets knew me. Soldier to a general, cradle to the grave, outstanding individual.
Way before I became young G, before I
The people have spoken, and no matter how it goes down, your sports talk, it's gonna be all right. So forget the GOP, the DNC, the only party in town is at the governor's mansion. The governor of sports talk, that is. Every Tuesday night right here on Spreaker, come on over and get your sports done right. Now let's get back to the show with the big smooth Vince Wright.
And that is me, the Big Smooth. Little technical issues there on the board. But again, I want to say what's happening to everybody out there. Sports done right. That's me, Vince Wright, Sports Gov, all the way from the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. And Easy does it. My main man is in the building. What's going on, Easy? All right, so let's get into it, man. We got a lot to get through here today. Lots of stuff going on in the sports world. So let's get right to it. First off, we got to congratulate our main man, Tyronn Lue. First off, yes, get up out your seats. Tyronn Lue, baby. He won an NBA championship 4 months after becoming the head coach, and he's going to be very nicely rewarded, by the way. Him and the Cavaliers have agreed to a 5-year, $35 million contract extension, and, man, that's very cool. Lue is 39, joined the Cavaliers in 2014 as an associate head coach on a reported 4-year, $6.5 million deal back then. This, at the time, was the biggest contract for an assistant coach in the NBA history. He obviously took over for the fired David Blatt back in January, and they reached an agreement here. So Lue is going to get paid. Lue deservingly so. And I'm just very happy for this guy, man. So congratulations to Coach Tyronn Lue out there in Cleveland, a.k.a. Believeland. Again, Vince Wright, sports governor from Minnesota, coming to you. Prince Fielder, he is done for the year. And less than a week after he was was put on the disabled list with a herniated disc, Fielder is expected to undergo neck surgery in the coming days that would end his season, folks. This would be the second time in 3 years Fielder has had to end his season prematurely due to a neck operation. You may remember back in 2014, he also required fusion surgery, and that was to deal with a herniated disc. So big ups to Prince Fielder. Hope you'll get better soon, man. But, that cat, he claims he's a vegan. Prince Fielder claims he's a vegan. I think the brother might need to get some meat back in the diet, man, because it don't seem to be working out well for him. So, again, big ups to him. We wish you nothing but the best. Again, folks, if you want to call the governor, 651-968-0124. Sports Done Right on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, folks. The NFL, you may have heard, clears Peyton Manning after a 7-month-long investigation into the HGH situation. Peyton Manning settling into his retirement, but he refused to address the NFL investigation into PED reports. NFL cleared Peyton Manning after a 7-month investigation. They say they found no credible evidence that he used HGH or violated the league's performance-enhancing drug policy, the league said Monday. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, tell me what you think out there in the chat room on that one. I don't think so either. And before we continue, folks, and that's the great thing about being on the podcast, you can stop, hammer time, rewind, and welcome the one and only from ATL, Atlanta, Georgia, by way of New York City, by way of New Jersey, by way of West Orange, New Brunswick, Newark, the one and only Jersey Vern, the Cheif Rocka. What's up, Cheif? Oh, man, and speaking of Cleveland, I got to give it up for the Cheif Rockers co-host, man, the one and only Cleveland fan number one, him and Reggie Lawrence, co-host on my other show. We'll talk about it here in a little bit. But, man, eat, sleep, grind, repeat. That's what we do. That's right, Jersey. And his main man, Mandeleon, also from Atlanta, Georgia. What's up, Mandeleon? Yo. Love them brothers, man, because that's what we do. Anyway, folks, Mandeleon, real quick for you. I was talking about Tyronn Lue's contract extension, $35 million, 5 years. So we've moved on. NFL cleared Peyton Manning, which we think is a bunch of you-know-what. And let's see, that investigation, remember now, that stemmed from an Al Jazeera report, or Al Jazeera America, secretly recording a former anti-aging clinic intern named Charlie Sly, and that's the guy who made the allegations, not only against Peyton Manning, but a whole host of professional athletes. The league continues to investigate 4 other NFL players named in the report: Green Bay Packer linebacker Clay Matthews and Julius Peppers, Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker James Harrison, and free agent linebacker Mike Neal. Last week, the league rejected the NFL Players Association's assertion that affidavits submitted by those players constituted cooperation. Neal's interview is expected to be conducted this week, with others to follow. That comes from NFL.com. So, I don't know, man. I think something was going on with Peyton Manning. I think he got out just in the nick of time. And, you know, he's one of their favorite people, so may be covered up. I don't know. Let's see here. Oh, it looks like we have someone new in the building, so I'll definitely want to give a shout-out to Melvin. Welcome aboard Sports Done Right. Melvin, what's happening, my man? I am the sports governor, Vince Wright, from the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, sports governor in Minnesota. And we focus on Minnesota sports, the Big Ten, but we also talk national stuff. Most of these folks down there in SEC land ready to start talking noise because football season is upon us. But welcome aboard, and everybody say what's up to Mr. Melvin out there. And what else did I want to get into here? Yeah. And Jersey, you'll dig this now. Again, Vince Wright, sports governor. Carmelo Anthony, and this comes from the Associated Press. He gathers a bunch of cops and kids and athletes and has a conversation. And this was out in Los Angeles. Carmelo Anthony spent the U.S. Olympic basketball team's precious day off running a 2-hour town hall meeting at a South Los Angeles youth center because he can't sleep anymore. With only a few spare hours Monday before jetting off to continue the Americans' pre-Olympic tour, Carmelo gathered basketball stars, community leaders, and police officers to speak with teenagers and young adults about the importance of respect, communication, and safety. 200 people came for the meeting, and Anthony believes everyone left with something to contemplate. Quote, "We really got a lot of messages out today," Anthony said. "Hopefully we can continue this dialogue and create something today that will continue on." Very well done, Carmelo. You know, he's really stepped up here, and he's really kind of putting his money where his mouth is. So we definitely appreciate that. Let's see here. Anthony shares many America's profound disquiet with gun violence after the year's series of increasingly dismaying shootings with both the men's and women's athletic teams in Los Angeles at the same time. The New York Knicks star recruited fellow Olympian, who was it that Tamika Catchings and other folks at the Challengers Boys and Girls Club to have this much needed conversation. Quote, "There were some very, very powerful messages that were being talked about," Anthony said, "not just amongst us athletes, but among the youth. The youth really spoke out today about how they feel about their community, how they feel about police officers, and how they feel about relationships and how we can mend these relationships." So, man, very well done. And this is what it's going to take, people. Carmelo Anthony, look, I have ragged Carmelo on the court for and in my opinion, deservedly so at times. But this is important. This is good stuff. And he's trying to find a solution. I mean, I'm pissed. We're all pissed when we see these videos and we see these horrible, bad cops doing what they're doing. But I have friends that are cops, as I've said before on my show. I know many cops who do the job correctly and who have definitely helped me out in some jams. And I appreciate the good cops as well. Internal affairs, I think that's probably where you're going to start seeing a lot of people going, man, in terms of police recruitment. So, but again, I really dig what Carmelo is doing here. The LAPD had a lot of good things to say about this as well. The community leaders invited by Anthony echoed his confidence in the importance of communication, obviously between police and young black men. Deputy Chief Bill Scott of the LAPD brought a large group of officers with him to join the meeting. So it sounds like it's a start. We ain't going to fix everything, in the meeting, but it is a start. So Baller Award to Carmelo Anthony this week, folks. Big, big job and very, very, very well done. And that kind of leads us into our next story. Michael Jeffrey Jordan finally steps up to the plate. Now, here's the thing. And again, you got sports done right with Vince Wright, the sports governor, coming to you live from the Situation Room here at the Executive Mansion. Many people, and deservedly so, have really gotten on Jordan for his lack of support of not just, Black Lives Matter or whatever the case may be. This goes back to his playing days. He's always given money to charities and whatnot. That's not been the issue. When you have the power that Michael Jordan has, a lot of people want you to speak up. They want you to speak out. And they feel that because of who you are, a lot of African-American men don't reach the status of a Michael Jordan, that he is really one of the few people that can exact change. If he said tomorrow, I want to sell my Jordans for $70, them Jordans would be on the rack for $69.99 tomorrow. If he wanted to do this, it could get done if he wanted to do that. And I think that that's where his critics feel that he is, let's just say, failed to act in previous years up until today with his donation of $2 million. The United Negro College Fund, I think it was was it the NAA Legal Defense Fund, one of those? Let's take a look here. He was donating $1 million to the International Association of Chiefs of Police, which is a newly established institute of community police relations. And yes, he also donated $1 million today to the NAA Legal Defense Fund. And Carmelo Anthony, first let's give some props. And Carmelo Anthony said it's about time. He was very, very blunt, and again, Carmelo is seeming to kind of become that spokesperson now for this new generation